200 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the London Monarchs. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That one complete. He finds Sharp. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. And this one into the hands of DJ Sharp. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. The surprise. Move here on the opening drive of the game, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
61, matchbox lights.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Orbit.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
On 2nd down, Elway. Got a man open. It's Ross. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the Eagles' 41-yard line.
Roy! Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
They'll wait to throw on second. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw again is Jackson. He's going to look deep down into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
Elway. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
High 7.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
From the shotgun, Elway. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gonzalez. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Hey. Look at me. Go. Go. Get it.
They'll indeed go for it with Elway. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Hey!
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike's 56. Mike's
Protein spill. Now.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ready, ready.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Hey, Delta.
Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Yes, yes. Hit it.
From midfield, Elway. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
80 weapon. Hey, Alpha.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 5.
Now Elway. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Philadelphia picking up the 1st on a gain of 15. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Not a whole lot of room to run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the great move. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Hey, hold on. Mike 58, right there. Strip the ball.
He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DJ Chark, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. He got 29 yards that time. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Go. 5.
Watch the
Leo. Go.
Out of the gun, Elway. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Hey, C6.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Elway. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Adam Thielen, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find...
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 18. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson dancing to his, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Cut. Go. Hey, Charlie.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not.
Throwing again. Elway. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Ready, break.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if I kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check.
From the gun, it's Elway. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Ready.
From the gun, Elway. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Come on, set.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Smooth.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Operating from the gun. Elway. Throw left side complete. That's Gonzalez. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now Elway on first down. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Check 52. Whip. Blue draw Corkers. Go.
They'll run with Lindsey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. David Montgomery, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And they got the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded at the 6.
Let's go.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Check Mike. Under 10. 10.
Jackson rolling to his right. Open man right side is Shark. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Check, 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 check. Watch twist, watch twist.
From midfield now, here's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it. It's caught at the 10. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but... and he's in! Front Eagles touchdown! Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
We want it. Come to my world. 52.
To throw again. Elway. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Right.
On first, they'll throw with Elway. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
London, first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
61. Matchbox lights.
Night, night, sweetheart.
Yes, yes. Hey, Delta.
56, right there, 56. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Watch the air.
On first down, it's Lindsey, and they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
On second down, Elway. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot, 5.
From the gun, Elway. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Desmond Trufant, and they are going to take over. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Select the team you want to start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the left. This is the player card. This is your development trait. Super. Select the team. Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the left. Thanks, Coach. A bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Play action now. Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. Oh, he sheds himself free. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Leonard Floyd, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 12-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on second down. Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
Monday. 11Z. Bravo.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Now a first down throw. Lock. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. It was Andrew Sendejo from his strong safety spot able to make the play.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Five.
Check. Watch 54. Ready? Mike spot 4.
On 2nd and 10, Locke. This one into the hands of Burton. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Throwing on third down. Love. Finding Gabriel complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
11. 12. Hey, exit.
Luck on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
11. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54.
3rd and long. It's Locke. He's got Burton here. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check.
Hey, Charlie.
Check pass.
They're going to go. It's Locke. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34. To throw is Locke. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Mike 54.
Hey, wahoo.
Again, Locke toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken near the 13. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Minnesota.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. On play action, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danny Trevathan with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. On 1st down, it's long.
That's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Here's Love. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Everson Griffin able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Cousins on 1st down. And Diggs has it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Bailey's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team. And they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So instead of trailing into the lockers, they grab the lead with the clock reading all zeros before intermission.
I would love to go into the locker room with them because right now they're riding a nice wave, aren't they? They're feeling good about themselves. But I know the coach is going to be talking to them about calming down, taking it easy. We've got a whole second half. But use the way we finished the first one to start this.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well.
Defense wins championships, baby. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Hey, check. Mike 54.
Now a play fake here on first down. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Go!
Get ready.
11.
On first and 10, Locke. Robinson's got it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it, for them to get downfield that quickly?
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Bears push further out in front. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So that drive, 4 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. Then tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, 2 teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just 1 big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're 1 big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. This is brought in at the 21. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Again, it's Cohen. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, Love. That is caught by Cohen. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Finding some room at midfield.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shane Ray drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies, and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot, and they dialed up the pressure and got to him.
Hey, Haywood! Here we go.
On 4th down, Locke. And Robinson with a big catch. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, Zoo!
From the red zone now, Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Hey, Delta.
54. Watch 54. Down to lose 1. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4.
Back to the air. Luck on 2nd down. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck as the Bears push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 27, Cousins. And his throw intercepted by the all-pro corner, Kyle Fuller. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Banjo, 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 banjo.
Luck on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Leonard Floyd, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes, but now you got to have guts.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Leonard Floyd. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Mike 5-4, Mike
12. Hey, Foxtrot. Hurry.
After the interception, it's Love. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as the Bears push further out in front. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Chuck. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. They run it again with Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
11-Z. Bravo.
Check. Check. Begin.
Throwing now, Luck. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Out of the gun, Luck. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that is incomplete. Show off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On 2nd and 10, Locke looking deep for Gabriel. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Fresno.
11.
Buzz. SOS. Mike 55.
Again, Locke. Buying time to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, team 6.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Let's go, baby.
11-Z.
They snap it to Locke. Finding Gabriel, complete. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Yeah, let's get set. Check safety.
Luck going to throw it. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Hey, exit.
Kill. Check the backer, check the backer.
Looking to throw again on second down. Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Chicago, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. They will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.